pleasure to be here with you. I was very interested. Just did a wonderful session with you on body work and on breath work here and feeling some tremendous benefits. I was just curious if you could kind of explain for the layman, what each of those is: body work and breath work.
Cool. Well, I'll start with bodywork. Bodywork is basically the most effective tool that I have found in terms of integrating my experiences of pain throughout the day. I think most human beings are in a body, and well, most human beings are definitely in a body, and there is no escape from the natural degradation of the human body. And so it makes a lot of sense if you look at apes look at how much they touch each other. And it just makes a lot of sense that human touch is one of the most effective ways that we can regulate our autonomic nervous system. And for those of us who don't know what the autonomic nervous system is, it's the part of our system that allows us to respond to external stimuli. And sometimes those are threats, and sometimes those are opportunities. And so we have this system, our brain, but not only our brain, that's the central nervous system. Our autonomic nervous system is the system that connects the brain to our limbs, to our organs, to all the stuff in our body that allows us to move around and manipulate objects and stuff like that. So what the body work does, what allows me to do is basically to take my hands and help someone to understand where they're experiencing tension in their body, and then help them to release it, sometimes through the hands, sometimes through guided breath work in the massage as well. So that's body work, and breath work is essentially my way of doing that online, because now we live in a global world, and I can't go to everyone in order to help them directly with my hands.
I hear there was a bug going around for a while too that was keeping people.
Yes, that also changed things quite a bit. And actually that leads me to an idea that I once had, which I wanted to do, and I still want to do, which was to go into hospitals and do remote work, body work for people with compromised immune systems, because people with compromised immune systems, particularly in COVID now, are basically left on their own and are isolated entirely because you can't have people around you. And so these practices also are great for improving the immune system. And I want to try to isolate that because I'm not sure I've isolated that before. So our whole body is one system. And it has defenses. And sometimes when a pathogen enters inside of your body, that becomes part of your body. And so the body has to then destroy part of the body. And so the autonomic nervous system, how does that play into the immune system? It's my belief, I have no evidence for this one, but that if you are more in a parasympathetic nervous system response, which is the rest and digest, which is the how can I relax myself? That is basically allowing your body to heal and allowing it to fight all of the stressors that it faces, which leads to the breath work. Breath work is essentially, I train people, as I trained you just now, how to regulate their own autonomic nervous system through the breath. Because one way is through the body, actual touch, very effective. And another way is through the breath, because what does our breath do? It allows us to regulate carbon dioxide and oxygen. And the levels are kept really tight between carbon dioxide and oxygen. And so we have this like short circuit that we can go in there, stress the body a little bit, but in order to adapt, to create an adaptive response to these stressors that all human beings exist throughout their lives.
Yeah, I was, first off, tremendously effective session, both that we've had thus far. Very excited about what you're doing. I'm curious, and of course, there's a lot of vernacular you're throwing around because you're very knowledgeable on these subjects. I did notice when you say short circuit and the carbon dioxide oxygen kind of ratio that we're used to. I very much noticed, there's, as Daniel Kahneman would say, there's the narrative self, where you're sort of constantly have this stream of wanted and unwanted. You really have no control over kind of what enters your sort of the ether that is your mind. And I did notice that when that slight stressor of not having maybe the right ratio of carbon dioxide to oxygen in a healthy setting, it really does, as I put it earlier, it put things in perspective very quickly. And maybe meditative is the wrong term, but it put me into a state of mind that was very clean and clear. So I found that to be fascinating.
I would say that those are concentration methods. A big misconception between of what we're doing when we're meditating is the idea that anyone is doing anything. So the concentration methods are the really great ones where we focus on the breath. We focus the mind on a point, on an object, so that it gets out of the way. And then meditation happens as a result.
Yeah, it set me up to freaking. I felt as if I could write several novels after doing it. I mean, my mind was clear, and it really was great. No hyperbole there. So
cool, awesome. Well, thank you for this. And I'm stepping right into you're interviewing me, and now I'm interviewing you. Any last words you have to say about breathwork?
I would say that I was new to this, and I've done literally 2 sessions with you, Stuart, and I'm very convinced that it should be a staple of what I'm doing. I have some understanding of meditation. I've done a little bit on apps and things of that nature, but I want to stress to those listening, it really does not cut it to be alone in a room, even if you have some sort of application. I mean, comparatively speaking, this experience for me, having Stuart there guiding me through the process, as I said earlier, it has this counterintuitive effect of keeping me focused and keeping my mind clear. So I couldn't recommend it strongly enough.
Cool. Thank you, Woody. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, Stuart, thanks a lot for your time, and it's been great.
Yeah.